my contribution to it artistically, I think, was significant on some level, but that show was, it'd be like joining the Yankees right now and saying, wow, I made them a good team. It's ridiculous.
The rate of change and the quality of these tools and what they are allowing our filmmakers to do, literally frame by frame, and delivering the sort of best experience keeps going like this.
You don't have to be good at anything in this life if you've got passion for it. My career has proven that. So at the end of the day, if I feel like I don't have the passion for it that I used to, I'm just going to start putting out inferior work. And a lot of people will say, you've been doing that since Mallrats. And I'd be like, thanks, Mom. And then
when I started doing the show in my living room, I was really doing it because I was just really interested in the technology. I thought it was pretty cool that you could stream live and build your own studio and do a television show without interference from any network executives.
I think we're seeing all the breakdown of, as my friend Rob Pike at Google says, the definition of multimedia is one medium. There isn't any breakdown at all anymore. There is no difference anymore between anything. I mean, books and radio and movies and TV have all bled together.
You have these celebrities and these digital stars that have huge engaged audiences, and they're just connecting and they flip on their camera and they're answering questions. But premium programming that's live, I don't know why it's such a question.
For us, I mean, we're more we're a traditional television production company, and we're watching, even though we're one of, I would say, the leading production companies in our space in terms of cable content, Deadliest Catch, Ice Road Truckers. I mean, we create hits and brands in the world that we operate in. We're still at the top of the game, and our numbers are a lot lower. So where is our audience?
There's no question the broadcasting business is the driving force. It has audiences that dwarf anybody else out there. It is the home of big event television and local news and information.
Casting's all about aha moments, because you're always sitting there, especially from TV, you're used to these sessions like, okay, we're gonna see 5 people, you gotta pick one of them. So you're kinda like, oh, okay, yeah, that person. So you do that a lot. You're like, maybe this, but with movies, I can take more time. So I always have like possibilities, but then I always wait for the one person who comes and just blows everybody else out of the water. And it usually happens, and that's, those are the great moments.
I'm planning to direct and shoot my next feature film, because I can't help myself. And I'd like to be able to do it because I'm so comfortable with this, having shot with this already, that 120 frames with a 360 shutter in 3D is like oversampling.
And I had this vision of taking some of the tools of like multi-user online gaming and combining it with the power of social networking to create what we call social benefit storytelling, which is the idea of injecting people inside of a narrative in order to create positive real-world results.
I personally think it's great that you are able to watch my show, Desperate Housewives, on mobile devices that you can take with you wherever you go. I can be in your pocket. Doesn't cost extra. Oh wait, maybe it does.
We talked about making the cameras smarter to take the onus off the operators and the directors for having to manage the stereo space in real time. Well, that's there, the smart rig technology, it's all embedded across the whole product line.
We now think of television more as the content. We think of television as episodic storytelling, professionally produced episodic storytelling that's of a certain quality and caliber. And that content's now being consumed not only on those 55-inch flat screens, but also on iPads, on cell phones, on all forms of platforms at this point in time.
I'm as surprised as anybody that we're going to get the Running Wild cast and crew together.
It was a side deal.
And to do a claymation version seems, I know it's cutting corners.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds really interesting.
Ted told us that Starz had spent something like $15 million on billboards for Spartacus, and 7 or 8%, I don't know if I'm correct, like 7 or 8% of the people watch the show because of that. But then the people that watched Gladiator said, if you like this, watch Starz. It was something like 98% of the people watched it. So any of, you know,
I made that
up. You made that up. Well, whether you made it up or not, it worked. You know, I love the idea that all the episodes, boom, are right there at once.
Needless to say, that was the genesis of the sound of these tracker jackers, was the sound of these bicycle tires, which later, when we went to record them and actually work on the sound, we used different tread depths of different types of tire wheels, and then also realized, well, you know, just the steady sound of them on the rollers wasn't really going to deal with everything, because we have a lot of scenes where you have the little bugs flying in, then they fly out, they fly in, they attack her, they do all kinds of stuff.
You know, going into the first season, we really thought that we would see giant spikes in social media if we were successful after episodes were airing. And so what we actually started seeing was that people were engaging on Facebook and Twitter and email during the show itself. And the engagement that was happening during the show was something that was really unpredicted by us and something we didn't see coming.
Local is our lifeblood, you know, we have 130 radio stations and 28 television stations, and obviously a very big outdoor presence as well. So local is extremely important. You know, you're right, we do not get enough credit for caring about localism.
There's nothing worse in our business as a studio than a show that lingers and is on the bubble every year and gets picked up, and all of a sudden you find yourself with 4 or 5 seasons, 100 episodes or so, and it's a show no one even really knows is on the air or cares about.
Every form of the media tells a story in ways that others can't. I mean, a movie tells a story in a way that a television show can't. The television show tells a story in the way that a magazine can't, or a newspaper. They're all different.
I think that's part of the fun of shooting this movie too, was to see the green screen and what we did on stage, and then see the visuals that kind of came to life. It was pretty special.